So this is another request that I got from a while ago, and they wanted me to describe the pain I've been through. And I've got to say, I have lived a very privileged life. Um, I've had the occasional problems, but like everybody else has. So, me making these videos, I don't want for people to think like, oh my god, like she thinks her life's so horrible when it's not, because I love my life. I just we all go through hard things and times that we feel like it's the end of the world and stuff like that, and that I'm sure we'll look on one day and laugh about. But if you want to know the pain I've been through, um, then this is it. Um, well, in a short, um, you know, I always have kind of felt like second best my entire life. And like I was never really good enough for anybody. I still do. And, it's kind of just, I feel like that because it always winds up being true. My whole life, um, I'm never like the first choice. I'm never, and I write that a lot, I think, on my blog, that I'm always the second choice. And, just for once, I'd like to be the first choice, but maybe it'll happen for me one day. But so far, hasn't really worked out very well. I've had two best friends. One chose my boyfriend over me. One chose other girls over me. You know, there's a whole story with my ex that everyone knows and doesn't need to bring back up, but he chose over me. And my sister, I have like the most perfect sister, so I've always kind of felt like second best my whole life to her. 'Cause it's just so hard to compete with someone that's perfect. And I think a lot of people have a sibling that is just kind of like amazing in everybody's eyes. And when you're the one at the family functions watching, everyone drool and be amazed with your sister, and you're just kind of like, the one sitting in the corner, like all upset and lonely, and wish someone would, you know, think of you best. It sucks. The one person that I think did like me best in my whole family was my grandpa D. And of course, as you all know, he died, which is another pain that I've been through that I will never get over. And then there's some things that you guys know, being bullied throughout school, and never quite fitting in. I always kind of feel out of place, like, as Bella says in Eclipse, which I hate, I'm stumbling through my life, which I do kind of feel. I feel like there's always times, where I'm either sprinting, I'm stumbling, I'm falling, straight out falling down the ground, or sometimes I'm just walking, and I'm catching the scenery going by. And right now, I think I might be walking right now, which is good. But it doesn't last forever, unfortunately, and I'm sure I'm gonna be falling face down on my ass or something pretty soon, because that's just always how life is. Reality kicks in, and you always fall. But other things, it hasn't been bad in forever, but I always got really unwanted attention. Especially in, I guess, 7th and 8th grade. 6th grade was not that bad, but 7th and 8th grade, that time period of my life, I would go somewhere and something bad would happen. I can't explain why. I never really did anything that promoted it, but, for example, I go to the mall with my friends and we're all dancing in the 7th grade. I was so innocent back then. And these older, like 18-year-old guys take out a camera phone and start filming me and then chasing us around the mall, and scared the shit out of me. Because, I was just so young and stupid. And then another time, I'm just walking into the movie theater with my friend, Claudia, in the 8th grade, just walking in, minding my own business, and someone screams that I'm a whore. Didn't know who they were. They didn't know me. And then the ice skating story. I randomly get picked at an ice skating rink to be attacked and almost got beaten up. Pretty much did. Getting beaten up for about 5 seconds counts as getting beaten up. Then I was beaten up, getting jumped. To the point, that these things kept happening over and over again every time that I would go out, that my parents, they didn't really want me to ever go anywhere, which is why I wound up taking boxing, because my mom wanted me to learn how to defend myself. And that kind of makes you feel really bad about yourself, that you can't go anywhere because you're afraid that something bad's going to happen to you. And that's basically just what happened all the time. It just never quit. Always something was happening bad in my life, every time. The mall, the movie theater, town, a restaurant. I always went the beach. Some girls found out who my name was in the 7th grade too, and started screaming my name because they heard my friends calling me. Just the weirdest, craziest things. Like, honestly, like, creepy things. And, I was always kind of afraid to go out. And I never really got a lot of backup then with my friends. No one was ever kind of there in my defense to make me feel better. So when you're alone and these bad things are happening and you don't really know what to do because you can't defend yourself, because, everybody knows me. I'm really tiny, I'm really short, I'm petite. And so taking boxing was probably one of the best things that I've ever done, because it teaches me how to defend myself if ever needed, But it just sucks that I needed to do that, you know what I mean? And then, other pains, heartbreaks like everybody else. And I've gotten my heart broken many times by 2 guys. Just, multiple times with those 2 people. And that actually put me I was in a really bad place one time in my life, I guess the 8th grade. And no one really knew but my one friend. And he brought me back to life, I call it, because I really did feel like I was dead in those few months. I could go into a whole big giant thing about this, but, you wanted to know my pain and what I've been through, and, well, I guess that's it. I'm really just kind of like everybody else, I guess, the only thing I guess is really different is the unwanted attention, because I don't know how many people have gotten jumped at a Port Jeff ice skating rink or chased around a mall. So that makes me kind of unusual. But, everybody goes through the same stuff. And, God, I look so ugly right now, I'm sorry. But, so this video is really long, so I'm going to end it now. But that's basically it. You have to take the pain as it comes along, if you're going through a hard time. Things get better eventually, and, you gotta move on from that. And I have. I've lost friends, I've gotten into fights, I've had many enemies, but I feel like though I have many enemies, I have a lot more people that are a part of my life that I love, and I think that's what's most important. So, if you have enemies, good, because it means you stood up for something, in the words of Eminem. And I stand up for a lot of things, so, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to end this now because it's so obnoxiously long, and I'm sorry. But, whoever requested this was for you.